Good morning. It's Sunday, December 1st. I'm Lisa Evers in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. A 3-year-old girl is in the hospital after being struck by a moped driver in the Bronx. Family members say Mija Rojas was left with a fractured skull after the driver hit her while she was walking with her mom on the sidewalk. Police released this video of the suspected driver. After the accident, they say he left the scene. If you have any information, call police. President-elect Trump has nominated Kash Patel to serve as FBI director. Patel is a longtime Trump ally and former DOJ prosecutor. He is expected to face tough opposition during his confirmation hearing. If confirmed, he would replace current FBI director Christopher Wray. Checking the forecast today, sunny and windy with a high of 39. Tonight, a low of 28. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 40. Well, it's the end of the historic Piermont Pier on the Hudson. It's now closed. Piermont officials fear it may collapse at any time. Fox 5's Richard Giacobas has more on what caused the damage.
The cold wind didn't stop these brave Piermont residents from taking a late afternoon stroll along their famous pier. Well, until they got to the do not enter sign.
You know, we love going out in the middle of the river, and it's upsetting that it's closed now.
A surprise to Susan and her son Isaac, who normally walk to the edge to snap a photo of the bridge at sunset.
People move here because of that pier.
But earlier this week, Piermont Mayor Bruce Tucker found out that this 75-year-old structure was at risk of collapse.
We got a notice from the engineering firm that there is a potential for the concrete portion of at the end of the pier of collapsing should a log hit it or ice flows.
Dive teams from the village inspected and sent their findings to Blue Shore Engineering, which found that the salt water had eroded and deteriorated much of this end of the pier that jets out into the Hudson River.
As soon as we found out that there was a potential for collapse, we didn't want anyone out there. So the next morning after we got the letter from the engineer, our DPW came and put up the fence, do not enter.
It's a nice place, I mean, getting close to the water.
Most of Piermont Pier is still open to recreation, but fishing boats or river cruises won't be allowed to dock here. In fact, reports from back to 2021 reveal that a cruise ship company had asked to dock here for a tour of the Hudson, but the village engineering consultant claimed the pier couldn't handle the ships.
It's a bummer. I hope that they rebuild it.
So can this part of the pier be repaired? The mayor says he doesn't have that answer yet. So far, estimates of repair work he expects could cost millions of dollars. And if that's the case, he'd have to rely on government grants to get the job done. And that could take months or even years to complete.
Of course I want to see it repaired. It's a beautiful spot. It's iconic.
In Piermont, Richard Giacobas, Fox 5 News.
We may be in the middle of a holiday weekend, but the city's fight against illegal weed shops isn't taking a break. The city's task force sent us these pictures from what they call an illegal weed shop at 279 East 10th Street in the East Village. Led by the sheriff's office, 100 pounds of illegal cannabis and cannabis-related products were seized at the location. It was immediately padlocked, so it cannot continue to operate. Sheriff Anthony Miranda tells Fox 5 they started investigating that location because of community complaints.
This location was identified by a 311 complaint directly across the street from a church and a park and with a public school within a block radius from the same location. So this is a location that identifies everything that we are looking for and targeting for in these illegal locations where they're marketing and toward our children with their children's packages.
Sheriff Miranda tells Fox 5 they've padlocked more than 1,120 locations and will continue padlocking illegal weed shops during the holidays. The fight is on to fight hunger by pushing back against potential cuts to SNAP. Fox 5's Duarte Geraldino takes a look at the future of the federal program that provides food aid benefits to those in need.
Jacob and Emily Asante-Seven are proud parents and two of the more than 40 million people in the U.S. who rely on SNAP to feed their family.
We represent a lot of the normal families that are getting it. I think people have like a set image in their head of SNAP recipients and stuff, and it's not always what it seems.
The Asante-Sevens are joining forces with New York City officials and local organizations to press federal lawmakers to renew funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program through the federal farm bill before the end of the year.
Even with a full-time job, working and everything else, it is hard to bring food to the table sometimes. and the costs are continually rising.
Joel Berg is the CEO of Hunger Free America. His team took a deep dive into U.S. Census data and found about 1.9 million New Yorkers said they often or sometimes didn't have enough to eat during August and September this year. That's a 76% jump from the same time in 2021. In New York City alone, SNAP helps put about $5 billion worth of food in grocery carts.
If that program was cut by even 10%, that would take away $500 million worth of food in New York City alone.
One obvious measure of this growing need is the long lines of people waiting for free food across the city.
The WIC program for children under 5, school meals, and other federal programs, they equal about 17 times the dollar amount of food distributed by every charity in America.
LaSantis Evans became food insecure after Jacob fell ill suddenly and couldn't work. Emily was pregnant at the time.
I couldn't afford a pack of ramen noodles.
Yeah, and it was where we had gotten down, we had depleted our savings and everything else, and it was like, okay, well, you know what, we're desperate right now. We need the benefits and stuff. It helped make everything easier.
Their financial situation changed overnight. Now they're fighting to protect the very program that kept food on their table. Duarte Geraldino, Fox 5 News.
Online spending hit a record high this Thanksgiving. Adobe Analytics reported shoppers spent a record $6.1 billion shopping online during the holiday. That's up 9% from last year. Adobe says that's thanks to much better than expected discounts that help push impulse shopping in some areas like electronics and apparel. Black Friday is about the big box stores, but yesterday, the little guys received attention. Jessica Formoso has more on how important Small Business Saturday is for beloved mom and pop shops.
Black Friday came and went. Now it's the turn of small mom and pop shops. It's Small Business Saturday, which means many of the local businesses are banking on today.
Month maker.
Yeah. Small Business Saturday is now in its 14th year. The idea? Shop local. It launched back in 2010 by American Express. Last year, the credit card giant estimated Small Business Saturday revenue at $17 billion. It's expected to surpass that this year.
In the past years, Small Business Saturday has been one of the best days for us, and then also it has become something that we can rely on as like just a day for great sales.
Jordan Pease and Marissa Corrado are the owners of 301 Collective in Jersey City. Everything in their store is unique, things you wouldn't find anywhere else.
And it's really great to see the community come out, who's been supporting us all year, really make a point to stay local and shop with us today.
From Jersey City to Bayonne, Megan Healy is the owner of Different Strokes for Little Folks.
Every sale is super impactful to me, my family, my employees.
She took over the children's boutique a year ago. She says in this economy, things have been steady, but really hopes today's sales makes a difference.
Every single purchase, whether it's a dollar bow or a $500 communion dress, means the world to us.
Since there is competition with the big box stores and online retailers like Amazon, these local businesses are running promotions, doing all they can to get shoppers through their doors.
Today, we're going to do 15% off for all in-store purchases. And then every day from now until Christmas is a different promo to try and get out there in the community and just keep the business going.
We do 15% off the entire store, and then we give you a gift box if you meet a $150 spend. And the gift box has a $100 value of just products from the store.
Discounts, they hope, add up to sales. In New Jersey, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
Dunkin' teams up with social media star Nick DiGiovanni to create a wicked large iced latte. Together, they broke a Guinness World Record. The 11-foot-high Dunkin' cup was filled with ice, milk, and espresso. Guinness World Records confirmed the results. The 276-gallon beverage was, in fact, the world's largest iced latte. The giant drink was later poured out into smaller cups and passed out to more than 300 Dunkin' employees. Checking the forecast one more time today, sunny and windy with a high of 39. Tonight, a low of 28. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 40. And that does it for us this morning. I'm Lisa Evers. Have a great day. And remember, Fox 5 News is always streaming here on the Fox Local app.